Hi everyone, I just want to give you out a trigger warning before we start this video, just to tell you that some of these details will be a little sensitive. Just to put that out there. The reason I'm partnering with Emerge Lanka Foundation for this video on Protect Every Child is because I have also personally noticed that a lot of people are under a lot of threat, especially during the pandemic, because it has really cut off resources and also exhausted care workers and social workers when it comes to helping people out who are going through issues, right? This video is supported by Emerge Lanka when it comes to the information and the statistics that I'm going to be mentioning. This is part of a wider campaign that they are organizing. But let's get right into this video. Protect Every Child is about raising awareness on child sexual abuse, especially in Sri Lanka. When you look at the statistics, in the first 15 days of 2021 alone, there were around 54 cases of child abuse reported, and we have to understand that just because something gets reported doesn't mean that's the only number. There are so many cases happening even right now, unfortunately, that don't get reported because of the stigma and the issues that are surrounding the people who are going through this violence, right? If you look at the numbers that the National Child Protection Authority has received since 2012, they have got over 79,200, and this reporting rate is about 0.15%. What that means is only 0.15% of the entirety of abuse that children are facing are reported. That's very, 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 very low. And from all of this abuse, if you take 90%, they are all results from incest. What this means is the perpetrator of 90% of the abuse that children are facing in Sri Lanka are from someone in the family, like immediate family or extended family of the child. When we talk about sexual abuse for children, especially the rape of boys and even men, does not fall under the official legal definition. So in our Sri Lankan law, it goes under grave sexual abuse, right? So what men and young boys face when it comes to abuse or rape is not really defined as rape. It's given a different name, grave sexual abuse, right? So even though the punishment for the two offenses is the same, this really makes it sound like men don't go through a lot of issues, or men don't go through the same impact that a woman or a young girl is going through, and that really changes how we treat victims in this situation, right? Doing this video itself is a little difficult because just in general, children are there to be loved, and we all know that everything that we go through now is a result of how we were when we were kids, and when kids suffer so much when they're so young, it really harms and impairs how they think their worth is, and also their potential when they enter adulthood. So that's why it's really sad to do this video, but awareness also has to be raised. So when we look at this hashtag Protect Every Child, what does that mean, right? I'm going to read off the script because I don't want to get anything wrong in this, right? So when we talk about protect, it means right of every child to be free from harm or danger. It's to explore the issues of child sexual abuse, the impacts, identifying survivors and supporting survivors correctly. What does every mean, right? Every is the inclusion of all genders, backgrounds, beliefs, socio-economic standings, and a child here we are referring to an individual under the age of 18, right? So who is a child? There's about 2.2 billion children on this planet, and in Sri Lanka we have around 4 million children, right? And the definition of a child, if you look at the Convention on the Rights of a Child, I feel like now I am turning into a lecturer, but we're all here to learn. It's every human below the age of 18 years, no matter who they are, where they live, what their parents do, what language they speak, what religion they belong to, whether they are a girl or a boy, what their culture is, whether they have a disability, or never mind their economic background, whether they're rich or poor, right? So what do child rights look like? And this is really interesting, because something as simple as being alive, being in a safe environment, to be safe from harm, to have support and protection, to be free from corporal punishment, to be safe from exploitation and sexual abuse, including coercion, grooming, and the violation itself, are all rights that a child has, right? They have a right to feel safe and not feel trapped, the right to ask questions and not be neglected, the right to be mischievous and not to be tormented for it, in the children, right? It's just so sad reading this, because it's like there are young people out there who are not having these rights, and they're so basic. For example, the right to say no and not to be driven by fear, to be hopeful and not to feel hopeless. Why did I list these statistics out to you, and what can we do to connect through this campaign, right? I think the main thing is to learn, because a lot of us don't have access to the correct information, and it would be really, really helpful if at least one person from this video learns something more than what they already knew, right? If you follow Emerge on social media, especially right now with their campaign, they're releasing a lot of content out. You can understand more about child sexual abuse, the long-term impact, how you can report incidences, and how you can actively keep your children safe within communities, right? If you hear, see, or suspect that a child is in danger, you can call 1929. That's the helpline by the National Child Protection Authority. And also you can have a look at these websites, the childprotection.government.lk, for more resources. Also, if you want to share this video and share more resources out there with your audience, you can use the hashtag #ProtectEveryChild, because this hashtag will actually help Emerge Lanka also add to the indicators of child sexual abuse and the impacts, and sort of like help. It's a tech thing, I don't understand, but it will sort of help them, so do that. Also from my end, I will share resources with you in the link of this video, and maybe a screenshot in this video if I know how to edit this. There are numbers out there. There is also a frustration out there. If I don't say this, I don't think I'll be doing my job right. When we are working on the ground, there is a huge frustration sometimes. Social workers, healthcare workers are exhausted. So you can call a number like 10 times, more than 10 times a day. They might not answer, they'll ask you to get back tomorrow. That's just the reality of the situation. That just shows what a broken system there is, and how even people who need to help people are not being helped. But that is not a reason to feel demotivated. These resources are there to help you, and there are websites also that you can read up on if you want to, and a few more links that I will share with you. And why I think any social care worker does this work is because regardless of the past and the hurt that these children have been through, they all deserve a chance to rebuild and get a hold of their lives and take back control. And that is what this video is about also. So if you feel like you will be helping someone, share this video or just screenshot the resources and have them with you. Maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for someone else, but it's always just good to have these numbers with you. Yeah, I'm going to end this video with that. If you were listening all this time, thank you, and I'm sorry that I kept looking at the script because I didn't want to get any digits wrong in this. Yeah, thank you so much.